happening, and that's scary.
I mean, at the stage, they're both just mirroring each other's movements. Araki Hoshi quick to the top side. You can see Onic Esports responding as well as the Akai as well as the Matilda went up towards that area to, prevent any pressure happening onto the Melissa. But here we go. Here, Albert already being sneaky, taking away the jungle actually from the side of Onic Esports.
We've seen Ling multiple times, but Ling right now on Albert has that Demon Slayer emblem. We have not seen this in a long time, so it's a completely different playstyle. He is able to again secure the gold buff, and his farming has been very, very efficient because Onic has not pulled the trigger and invaded him just yet. But with this next turtle, that might be exactly what they go for.
Let's see. It's going to be the neutral objective contested by both of the teams. Sans having a little bit of an edge in that mid lane by clearing the lane first. Level 4 already. Sans picking up the called altar with IMU. Araki Hoshi setting for this fight. Albert already jumping in with a Defiant Blade. He goes in for Retribution, but it's Kyrie who finds it and goes for the heavy spin, pinning R7 Lemon. Both of these players having a called altar. It's RQ who disengage. Retri battle 1-1.
That was difficult. I mean, even if he wanted to go for that retri, he was completely shut out because of the heavy spin coming in from Kyrie as well. So when it comes to objective versus objective, I feel like Onic Esports have it in the bag. As now we're going to take a look at the emblems here as well.
Well, the emblems already said it's a duel of the Demon Slayers, but Kyrie now gets immobilized.
Immobilized, but there's not too much trouble just yet. There's something I do want to talk about though. Arashi. Melissa going with the weakness finder here as his emblem.
So it's a bit of a contrast. You would think that CW would want to go and select an emblem for that late game, right? But Skylar is actually the one with the more late game oriented emblem. So that's quite interesting. It might be both of them trying to balance out the gold lane because the laning phase right now in this current meta is so important as Onic pressure RQ away, but they might be setting up for a counterattack.
Oh, CW putting the doll there, getting 3 members poked in. CW has taken a whole lot of HP on the turret, and this is exactly what I'm saying. Melissa actually wins in lane against a Popol. That's something no gold laner can say.
Yeah, it's difficult because even if you want to go with the Koopa, it's difficult because she has her ultimate, she has her IMU, and she also wins when it comes down to, just range per se. But here, once again, they are just completely battling out. They don't want to commit. They're just trading punches. But as we speak here, 4 minutes in, it seems like Onic Esports, they have the favorable side in terms of economy, as there is a fun fact here by Grab.
The last time Lemon was playing mid lane is the grand final of MPL ID Season 6 with the hero, which is Lunox. So it's a completely different look. We haven't seen him in this one for a long time, but he goes in, he pulls Keyboy back, and right now the hard guard has already been used, so this might be a fight breaking out.
Oh, it was actually Kyrie who takes the purple buff away with the Retribution. But now, Albert uses Retribution too. He just lost the battle. Kyrie 2 for 1 on the Retribution battles, and they will have more control over the next neutral objective. Second turtle of the game, Kyrie with no Retribution. Still, they have more control. Kyrie is going to be 2 levels ahead of Albert by the time this turtle falls.
Yeah, they're not going to contest this one, and Kyrie, he looks like he wants more.
They do want more. Kyrie still has a heavy spin. Goes in again, winning it out, taking it. But now it's going to be Sans who pops in the called altar. Going to be able to rotate all the way to the top side where Skylar's going to be pinned, and that's the damage coming through from CW to take him down. Sans picking up first blood, and Onic Esports with a brilliant conversion after the turtle over the top side.
That was such perfect timing as well because Kyrie knew that because Albert lost that Retribution battle, his Retribution would get popped up faster. So he went in and tried to contest that orange buff away from Ling, and it worked perfectly. As soon as he popped the Retribution and was able to steal that orange buff away from Albert, then Albert's Retribution popped up. So just brilliant timing, and they were able to snowball off of that and have pressure in that top lane.
Albert is 2 levels below Kyrie right now, so Kyrie is absolutely dominating with the help of his team. This is what we've been talking about. You have a passive roamer, you have a passive early game as well. Albert is doing his best to actually farm around. He is doing it very efficiently, but it's not enough to catch up with the EXP and gold lead that Kyrie has on him.
Look at CW again. Sans going for the dive onto Skylar. Has the cult ultra. Gonna lose it here as that's gonna be Skylar getting the shield, bringing back Koopa onto himself. But there's so much pressure on the goal lane. Meanwhile, Albert forced to use the Retribution. Kyrie trying to steal once again. And Onic, they're building this confidence.
Wow, I mean, who is Albert supposed to go for? Later on, it's going to be CW, but with a Matilda, with an Akai, with the Valentina, there's just so much coverage, there's so much crowd control that I don't know if Albert will even have a chance to show off his skills in the late game.
Let's see. This is going to be the big question for RRQ Hoshi. The thing is, oh, there you go, Kyrie winning again.
way.
But that time, Albert did not have the Retribution. It wasn't a Retribution battle, but Kyrie still was able to steal the orange buff away.
It's not every day you see Albert's Ling being shut down like this, and to the hands of Kyrie, it's not looking great at all for the side of RRQ Hoshi, as now Onic Esports, they have the momentum to be able to take this next turtle. They don't have the Retribution just yet, but look at this.
Oh, it's a collapse onto Albert, who has the purple buff. Tempest Blades defensively, and this again will just lead up to Onic getting a third turtle for free. 3,000 gold lead. Turtle Slain presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A-Series. Kyrie gonna get stunned by the Bidem Koopa as Melissa puts down the doll, dishing out the damage and taking the turret. Sans as well, poking them. Bidem Koopa stunning Sans, but there's no follow-up. There's no response from RRQ towards Onic's proactive movement.
The one-sided drafting coming in from RRQ Hoshi has not paid off at all right now, as even Boots is able to put pressure onto Albert here.
You would think Hebo was going to jump in there, and honestly, Onic Esports, they have pressure across the whole map. They went for the turtle earlier.
Oh my god, Albert with the Tempest Blade still able to get away from the circling eagle, but Onic again in the back. R7 gonna get pinned by Kyrie. A brilliant pickoff, but RRQ still managing to get out. R7 didn't use the flicker. Very good calculation, but look at Onic. They're building again. This little wins coming in from Onic, amounting to a 4,000 gold lead, putting pressure all across the map to take turrets. Macro game on point for Onic Esports.
Like earlier, we saw Kyrie go for the turtle, and Albert tried to capitalize and go for the purple buff, but right there are 3 members from Onic, so they are completely shutting down RRQ Hoshi. They feel no threat at all, because there really is not any setup, so they're never caught off guard.
This is difficult, right? The one-dimensional draft, they put all their eggs in one basket on towards the Ling, and the Ling has been the center focus of Onic Esports. Kyrie, time and time again, denying those buffs away, even pressuring Ling away from his own jungle. It's gonna be so difficult. How can they come back from this? Because they're relying so heavily onto the Ling, and they're, I guess, now hinging their bets onto that Popolang Koopa, but is that going to be enough?
That's a bit of a gamble, I must say. Albert later on, maybe going for the split push will be enough to try and equalize from RRQ Hoshi. They do have the global gameplay, right? With the flinch poise, with the hard guard as well, but that just seems too idealistic when you're going up against a team that is also solid in the macro department like Onic Esports.
It doesn't feel like RRQ have, anything to work with right now. They built their composition on the fact that Albert, still getting the Retribution there against Kyrie, but again, it was baited. That was planned by Onic Esports. They wanted to use the purple buff to bait out the Retribution so that they can go to the Lord, and you can see again the forced errors from Onic. So brilliant. The macro plays coming in again strong against RRQ, who are currently getting outclassed. 5,000 gold lead. That's going to be the Lord taken for free. No contest whatsoever. Not even a Retribution popped. Yes, yet. As Lemon, he's going to be forced to back away. There's nothing that they can do. Albert in his own jungle. I don't think he can do anything here. Kyrie jumps over the knockoff, and Albert forced to back up. No hard guard pop just yet. R7 behind of Boots by 2 levels. And RRQ are faltering.
Yeah, he goes ahead and gets that gold buff as well. And meanwhile, across the map, Melissa's also able to get her gold buff. So, man, Ling is just being asphyxiated as of the stage. How far behind is he? As now we're going to take a little look into the damage dealt here by Axe. And it turns out Sans has been dealing the most damage. And that's by a long shot.
That's Valentina.
You don't notice it, but it adds up. Sans has been very aggressively just poking at the members of RRQ Hoshi. The highest damage dealt from their team is actually Lemon on that Faramis. That is not a good look at all. With the Lord on the way to the bot side, with the waves being controlled perfectly by Onic Esports, this is looking absolutely grim.
Pushing into mid lane, having CW on this Melissa provides so much siege. Look, RRQ, they're forced to get zoned away, and here in the 10th minute, that's already the base turret passive taken out. They're moving towards the bottom side. Lord here marching down still on to the base. Onic still looking for the siege, and they will be able to chunk that bottom side base turret low. Araki Hoshi looking for the defense once again. Onic with Kyrie in the back. It's going to be Lemon forcing a lot on the engage here to happen, but Kyrie goes over to disengage with a heavy spin. Albert unable to do anything. Pops in the top of the blades, goes in for the blades, was not able to dish out enough damage. Lemon falls in the back. R7 does not find CW. Oh my god! The clutch dash to get out of the jab, and it's a 1-0 for Onic Esports.
Onic Esports now sitting at a comfortable lead, 10,000 gold to their name, and once again, RRQ Hoshi, they don't have an answer to the aggression coming in from Onic Esports.
Boots comes in with a falling star moon, gonna get chunked, but again, it's Onic using this as just a distraction to pick up objectives on the map. They're losing turrets left and right. Base turret, final one, taken down up top by CW and Sans, and it's so good from Onic. Discipline, 11,000 gold lead. They get all the turrets and they fall back. They don't force anything.
Wow, what are they supposed to do right now? R7 has some damage, he has the Bloodlust Axe and the Dominance Ice, and Skylar has the BOD and the Windtalker, but it really isn't enough at all. We saw that there was a clutch engage from the side of Lemon with that flicker, but even then, Cult Altar gets stolen, Kyrie activates the heavy spin, and just like that, the fight is over. They can just go back to sieging, go back to controlling the macro play, wait for the next Lord, and then aim to end the game without even winning a fight.
And my god, looking at the items, in addition to that, we saw the damage dealt by Axe. Sans was #1 on
Holy Crystal.
the charts, but that was before he took the Holy Crystal. So he's just now obtained that, and can you just imagine how much damage output is going to come out from this guy?
Oh, I can. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of good Valentino players, and I know how much damage he does. Sans with Keyboy, they're able to zone every single one of the RRQ members, and that's the Lord Slain, presented to you again by the Samsung Galaxy A series. 13,000 gold lead in 13 minutes. Wow. Absolute class from Onic Esports.
1k gold difference per minute, essentially. And for Onic Esports, they don't even have to build a lot of penetration because there's no real full tank on the side of RRQ Hoshi. And look at that damage coming in from CW. I thought he activated the Inspire. That was just normal auto attacks.
Yeah.
What?
That's broken.
I think he had the Scarlet Phantom, right, Arashi, if I'm not mistaken? So that's the attack speed coming in. Once again, CW doesn't use the Inspire just yet. That's going to be the Cult Ultra from both of the teams, but Lemon, his Cult Ultra has fallen. R7 going to get pinned by Kyrie, and CW melts everybody in place. Albert with the Temple of the Blades again, trying to look for the kills. He finds one, but it's only Lemon who gets it. Keyboy survives. Finn trying to run him down. He doesn't even get it. Onic Esports, they don't go for the base. They're still looking for the kills right now, but finally they put their sights on to the base. Another kill coming in for Onic. They're going to dismantle RRQ. 1-0, complete domination.
Complete slaughter.